fantasy football.
It's my quarterback. If you guys do that, man, it's unfair.
How's your fantasy team looking this year?
I won $1 million.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
Hey, this is Sue Metro Galcar. You're listening to the My Fantasy Wife podcast. Go Cavs, go Browns, go Indians, go wrestling. All day, baby.
My Fantasy Wife podcast.
Style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable.
Blair.
I watched 40 minutes of Space Jam this weekend. It's 40 minutes of my life. I'm not going to get back.
Put that in your pipe and smoke.
Gary.
They had already announced he was leaving. He just didn't want to wait out the 30. You know, when you quit a job, you got to give him 30 days or whatever.
2 weeks. You've never had a real job, have you?
No.
He is the man in the fantasy world.
Drew.
You're not a Peyton Manning fan.
I'm not a Manning fan.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
Lewis.
You love Burger King.
Yeah, I like Burger King.
Yeah.
Not the game. We're talking about practice, man.
You're listening to My Fantasy Wife podcast. www.myfantasywife.com.
Welcome, listeners, to My Fantasy Wife, the weekly sports meets comedy meets marriage podcast, where a husband and wife discuss sports, fantasy leagues, and their impact on pop culture and relationships, including their own. I'm the wife, comedian Blair Postman. Hey! I'm joined by my husband and sports stat expert, Gary Hames.
Woo!
We're also joined by Hot Topics and social media maven, comedian Drew Harrison.
Yeah.
And rounding things out, sound engineer, comedian, and man about town, Mr. Louis Bishop.
Hi.
To never miss our weekly episodes and extras, subscribe in iTunes, Stitcher, or YouTube. Find us on Facebook and Instagram at My Fantasy Wife Podcast, Twitter at My Fant Wife, and support the podcast by liking and rating us in iTunes. Miss any of that? Then go to our website, myfantasywife.com, with links to everything. Gary,
Yes, boy.
tell us about this week's sponsor.
This week's sponsor is Dead Crow Comedy Room.
Okay.
Dead Crow Comedy in Wilmington, North Carolina has weekly events, Blair, featuring local and regional comedians, like free comedy bingo every Tuesday. You know who hosts that?
Why who?
Our own Super Lou Bishop.
Wow.
Yeah. You know who else?
Who?
His in-booth sidekick, Lou Morgante.
Okay.
It's a big booth.
It is.
As well as nationally touring comics from TV and movies every weekend. Whether you're local or visiting Wilmington, North Carolina on your beach vacation, be sure to check them out at deadcrowcomedy.com. It's deadcrowcomedy.com.
Wow. Do we sound weird in gravel voice?
Yeah, we sound... Something's definitely going on.
You sound different?
Yes.
Yeah. It's okay.
You sound gravelly voice.
Yeah, so do you.
Wow.
Maybe you guys are just...
Do we have nodules on our vocal cords?
No.
Okay.
No, because it didn't sound gravelly voiced until we got on this.
Did you guys not get enough sleep last night?
No, I got plenty of sleep. I actually got quite a bit of sleep.
I think Drew sounds fine.
Yeah, Drew does sound fine.
See? You know.
Do I sound
It's
okay?
It's called being professional.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's called.
I don't.
Boom.
You
I prepared
sound
for
right.
this.
We sound weird.
If I was going to pull up my Samuel Jackson soundboard, I would push
Please
the button
don't.
right down and he would say, I don't recall asking you a goddamn thing.
Okay.
Maybe you guys ate too much bad salami in your car.
No, I feel like we
was good
sound
salami.
gravelly. Look at Drew with his tank top on. Just
Making a fashion statement.
yeah.
Teal tank top. It's not TV play.
Well, it brings out his eyes, Gary.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm just saying you can't expect our listener to know.
Teal. Oh yes. Well, it's a brightly colored teal tank.
I enjoyed that podcast.
I didn't have time to get gutsied up because I've been doing my research on this Game of Thrones draft.
Oh, good for you. Well, that brings us to this, listeners. We will be playing for a large part of this. This is a Game of Thrones centric episode. So,
have you predetermined the draft order, or are we
Nope.
drawn out of a hat?
Nope.
I'm first.
Have not.
Do you remember in the
We're gonna
30s?
arm wrestle.
Do you remember in the 30s when
That's
they
why I wore
only
the
had
tank
mono?
top.
Do you remember when they only had mono?
In
What?
Game of Thrones?
Like before they invented like Wi-Fi, when they only had mono.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the four of us are sharing one channel.
Oh,
that's what it
something
sounds
was-
like. Something
Is this
was.
better?
Yeah, it's.
Oh, something was
It might be better.
happening.
I think it's just in your headphones. So
right.
we're in kind of stereo right now, but then we'll go to mono.
Oh, no,
Right?
No, that's
not-
worse.
That's worse.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is better.
All right.
Is that better?
One or two? One or 2.
Right.
Okay, guys, upcoming this week, we had a little change things around to accommodate our draft for the Game of Thrones Fantasy League. So we're going to have as our guest the co-host of Joe and Brent's Game of Thrones and Garage gas station wine review podcast, Mr. Brent Blakeny. And he's going to draft with us, and so he's going to be in our league, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And in upcoming weeks this month, we're going to have Alicia Hush. She's going to be on at the end of the month now, and Emily Winter and Ryan Connor. So yay!
It sounds like the audio in a hardworking British pub in a blue-collar area.
Okay.
That's what it sounds.
That's incredibly specific.
All right. I feel like you've worked at one of these joints before.
Did everybody have a good weekend before we move on?
Yeah, it was a good weekend.
Drew, you had a good weekend?
I had a fantastic weekend.
Oh, that's nice to hear. What about you, Mr. Bishop?
I was on the docks all weekend. And
Right.
it was a
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched the EastEnders all weekend.
Yeah, yes, Lewis the Bulldog Bishop.
Right.
And what about you, Gary? You have a good weekend?
I don't remember.
I was gone for a big chunk of it, remember?
Oh, then it must have been
Yeah,
it's
great. You had a great weekend. He's like, I don't remember doing any chores.
Yes, yesterday I didn't have to smear vinegar all over the floor.
Yeah, we got an ant problem.
Oh, is that your solution, is vinegar on the floor?
One of the things I read is a mixture of vinegar, dish soap and water, and then...
I thought you just put that in a bowl and they, attract to it.
Yeah,
no, it's more like it's supposed to wipe out the pheromones that...
so you gotta, scrub the floor with it and everything?
Yeah,
Gary's
I don't know.
too sexy and he's bringing the ants in?
So our hat,
Yes.
yeah.
He's like sweet like
Just
sugar.
made of
Everybody's mother's sister's just following me now.
Oh, boy. All right, guys. We got a lot to do
wow.
today, so let's. We're going to do some fact-checking here. And,
Fact-checking?
yeah, we're going to do some fact-checking.
You know, when you said that the syllabus was a little short today,
I'm serious.
I hadn't really looked at it.
Yes, it's very short. We got, and I'm still
You
not
could
sure
have
we're
just
going to
told
have
us the
enough time.
game plan.
Guys, we got to
without
go.
printing these up.
We got to go. I know.
We have to go. We have an hour to fill. What do you mean we have to go?
You guys have just you don't plan, okay? I plan. And part of the plan is we need time to talk about the rules. We need time to draft. We got to do a whole thing.
She's worried about the rules, guys. It's okay.
All right, guys. The
You should
rules
have just
are-
used one sheet, actually. There's
Well-
two. You wasted paper.
Okay, wow. This is fun so far for everyone. Let's call Mr. Maxwell. Wills Maxwell, our ombudsman, is going to do our fact-checking. This is the part of the podcast, listeners, where we correct the mistakes we made last week to make room for the mistakes we are going to make
Does he have a
this
house?
week.
Does he have a house?
Wills?
Maxwell House?
Oh, boy.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Mr. Maxwell, how are you?
Swell. How's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty well. We're dealing with all kinds of lively snarkiness already this episode.
Good.
We're
good.
very excited to have you make us redeem ourselves for our past sins and tell us what kind of mistakes we made last week so we can pull this shit together.
All right, cool. Classic 11-minute mark on the scrub as usual.
Okay.
Nice. Last week, as far as I can tell, and it looks like Wolfman Jack was not in Mungo Jerry.
Oh.
So that is a question I found several groups asking, and
Really?
it turns out it was not him. And I didn't know this about them. Mungo Jerry, they're British.
Oh.
I didn't know that. That's a British band.
Oh, okay.
With one hit.
They live in a
So,
hardworking rural area in the East End.
Yeah, we have a theme of hardworking British stock workers going already.
There's a lot of
today.
static in the air in their bar.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes. But what I find interesting is that a lot of people were wondering if Wolfman Jack was in this one-hit wonder band.
Pretty much, I guess whatever video Bishop was looking at, I found a bunch of comments on that with people going, "Is that Wolfman Jack?"
Right. Okay.
And apparently, it's just a British guy that is also very hairy.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Good. Okay, it's a good one.
And looking into Glow, real life Glow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Sylvester Stallone's mom would appear on it, playing a managerial type character on the program.
Okay.
And what I did not know is that she was also one of the creators of Will. She's one of the original production members of the production team that helped create it.
Wow.
Yeah, very deeply involved. And that's everything I got for you guys.
Did you also find that all the hairy guys that looked like Wolfman Jack were taking turns cutting each other's heads off with giant 13th century swords until there's only one of them left?
I think that's the Highlander.
And the winner was Wolfman Jack.
Right.
I think that was
Has anybody ever seen Mungo Jerry recently? No, because it's from head cut off.
Okay, I think that's from Highlander, and I think that was a stretch.
All right.
He's just getting in the Game of Thrones mindset.
Yeah. Right. Whoa, maybe he is getting Games of Thrones. I'm sorry you won't be joining us for the Game of Thrones draft because...
Don't worry, I'll draft your team
just
for you.
Because
I will not be able to help you with any of those fact checks, by the way. I've never watched the show.
Yeah, you're not good. We got a guy for that. We got a guy for that. Joe Perot is going to be in charge of all that. We're not going to saddle you with extra work on that.
I'm going to recreate that last scene from when Hodor died last year. Every time he calls on Wills for draft pick, I'm just going to go, Hodor.
Now I'm sad already. Now I'm sad already. No. Well, we'll draft a team with all the rejects, and we'll make that your team. And then we'll just keep claiming that it's yours.
Wow.
Damn. That sounds like how we do the fantasy league for football anyway.
Yeah,
all right.
Sounds about right. All right, well, thank you, Mr. Maxwell.
Absolutely. You guys have a good rest of the show.
Okay, thank you. Bye. All right.
You ever notice how a losing fantasy record and a bad attitude go hand in hand?
Oh, please. You should know.
Really? My losing fantasy record?
All right, guys.
I mean, I don't know what any of you guys are cheery about, considering I've won the last 22 years that we played fantasy football.
Wow. Okay. Well, now we have a new fantasy league to hitch our wagons to this time around. So it's been a little while. It's been a few months since we really played a fantasy league.
Yeah.
So, can we get a little not fact checking? Can we get a little Hot Topics music there,
Sure.
Mr. Bishop? All right, guys, getting some Hot Topics. I have one NBA stuff. Gary, you said that there was a lot going on related to the NBA, so go for it.
Well, my favorite topic is that the bar crowd.
Yes, the bar at the pub.
Yeah,
yes.
Where they talk sports at the pub.
All right, that makes sense. Maybe
evidently, Arsenal just pulled off a big trade.
Oh, good.
Is
that real? I don't know.
No,
okay.
I mean, one big thing in soccer,
yes.
Mr. Joe Perot will appreciate this.
Okay, sure.
Rooney, a longtime Manchester United player, went to Chelsea.
Okay.
Went to where?
Somewhere.
All right. Yes, Joe
Andy
will
Rooney
very much
plays
enjoy this.
Everton. I'm just going to name all the popular ones.
Andy Rooney plays English soccer.
Here we go.
Different thing.
Got it right here. Somewhere. Here we go.
It's good radio.
It's right here.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, well, no. We lost it.
All right.
It was good for a while.
Yeah.
I've tried. Hey, it's soccer.
Well,
somewhere.
And that's why we don't usually talk about
I was
soccer.
portraying how much people... Everton. Wayne Rooney went to Everton.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you hear that sound? You know what that sound is?
The glass
That's
breaking?
the sound of the ESPN talent scout hanging up on our NBA segment.
What's going on in the NBA? Well, some stuff happened in soccer.
Oh, but wait, we can't find it. Thanks for coming.
Okay.
Yeah. No, my favorite thing is that Kevin Durant took $9 million less than the max so that Golden State could re-sign Iguodala and Sean Livingston. And now all the superstars in the NBA are mad at him. Like LeBron didn't... he sent a positive tweet out for a couple of the other major contracts to congratulate people on getting it, but he didn't send him one because now every time the star
LeBron
doesn't
didn't thank Kevin Durant. Okay.
Now every time some superstar takes the full amount, everybody's going to think they're douchebag and they're cutting off their team's ability to compete. And, yeah,
it is what it is. They really are.
So wait, is Kevin Durant still? No, Kevin Durant went to San Francisco. I mean to Golden State. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait a minute. When did that happen?
Stop! No, I just got confused for a second because I always associate him with Oklahoma City, but that's what changed. Okay, go ahead.
Paul George went to
I think
Oklahoma
you're confusing
City.
him with a bomber.
No, that is awful. You're
well, I didn't do it. You did it.
You're a terrible person. Okay.
Hold on. You're saying that Blair is the Oklahoma City Bomber?
Okay. I think there's been a lot of... Please. Okay, moving on. So Kevin Durant took $9 million less. Over how many years?
2 years, yeah.
Oh. And what's the other Steph Curry? What is he? Is he making any magnanimous gestures?
Well,
he already did that. Right?
He had just signed for the max for the 5-year max.
Oh,
it's the biggest contract in the history of the NBA
until Harden came up.
Yeah, and now he looks like a jackass.
Now, let's talk about the Harden thing. What's the Harden thing?
He got a 4-year extension for $228 million.
And what team is he with?
Rockets.
Houston Rockets.
Well,
wait, are we saying that?
Nope.
Are you sure we're not saying that
Hard
On got an extension?
With the Rockets?
Right.
Right. Yes, I am.
Okay.
God.
Extended hard on. Gotcha.
Okay.
All
right. Can we some change of topic music?
No.
My other favorite thing.
No, but now are the Rockets going to be in contention? Like, why are they? I mean, we've talked about San Antonio. We talked about Boston. We talked about. This is not one of the teams that we really talked about last season. So is this going to make a difference?
Well, they were in the playoffs, and they did well in the playoffs, and they're okay.
And they picked up Chris Paul. So
okay, I remember that name.
And they're thinking Carmelo Anthony is going to go there as well.
And there's talk that LeBron might
the Rockets
potentially go there after. Yeah, because all his buddies are playing there. They would have, and also I was listening to this discussion this morning on ESPN. They're also talking about next year they might pick up what's his face, the former Miami shooting guard that's now in Chicago. That's about 100 years old. Yeah, so their starting lineup would average 37 years old, but it would be like the 5 best players of the last 10 years that are all now over the hill.
So now LeBron has one more year on his contract in Cleveland, or how's that?
Well, he can opt out
after a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's setting it up like Jordan did towards the end of his career. He signs these 2-year deals with a player option for the second deal. Always opts out and gets more money.
It's what everybody's going to do. Jordan actually, at the end of his career, was doing that. The great thing about Jordan is that most of his career with Chicago, he played for $2 million. Like he didn't take barely any money from them, so they could sign everybody else
until those 30 million years later on.
Yeah. But I mean, really, he did play for the veteran minimum for a decade, so that they could sign other people.
Well,
and nobody gave him shit.
Well, so what do you think they should be giving this? What's his name? Shit for taking less money.
It's
his money.
Man, he wants to. He's clearly stated winning is everything to him.
Well, that's why he left Oklahoma City, right?
Let him do what he wants to set out to do.
But if he's making me look like I'm an asshole if I take all the money I keep, I mean, think about your own job. What if one of your other people at your work made you look like an asshole if you made as much money as you could? You wouldn't like that.
They also don't have it on the news,
right?
You know, it's like, hey, Drew just signed a $15 an hour extension.
And now the next person's only going to get $8 an hour. I work on commission, so I don't have to worry about that. But I mean, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but let's say
it's about what's your priority.
Yeah, but with normal jobs, let's say at our normal jobs, if we do well at the end, we get a bonus, and we're able to then solidify ourselves with sponsorships and all kinds of stuff.
So your job pays you a bonus? Is that what you're saying?
No, he's saying what if
there was a possibility if I have such a good team that we perform so well, that we get our numbers up so good that we get a bonus at the end of the year.
I see.
And how much is the bonus?
And he can parlay that exceptional performance in the lens grinding field into sponsorships money as well, not paid by
He's going to make more in the long run because he's on a better team. Because he took less money to be on a better team.
Even if we want to take the niceties out of it, he's doing it to help the team. I mean, he might just be betting that he may know he's making a lot less in sponsorships than other people because he hadn't won a championship until this year, and he needs rack a couple up. So maybe he's just betting that he's going to make more than that.
Well, plus he's now in San Francisco instead of Oklahoma City. He can win as many championships he wanted in Oklahoma City. He's not making a lot of underwear ads out of central Oklahoma.
Right.
No, exactly. I'm saying it might not just be. It might seem like the altruistic thing, but as Lewis is pointing out, there might be a different play.
Oh no,
we don't know.
I'm not saying there's anything bad. I think it's getting twisted that it's bad that he took less money just so he could have more players. But I mean, isn't that what you want to do? Like, you want to have a good team around you.
No, I think the twist of who might think it's bad is the reverse. That the city, the population of the cities that you're in, think that you are quote unquote bad if you don't take a pay cut to get better members.
Well, yeah, that was the thought is that now the fans are going to be all over the superstars in the NBA that take the maximum contract. Like, you're not helping the team, but that's a weird dynamic in sports. So you always try to make as much money as you can make.
Right.
And the problem really that they were talking about this morning. The problem is that it's a soft cap in the NBA. You can go over the cap limit. You just have to pay luxury tax. And so if the cap was hard, there wouldn't be but so much money, and that would be it. But, with the soft cap, you can take the full they would make a decision not to spend that money to get those guys. Like, they would say, we just can't afford it. But in theory, they could pay him the max and sign those guys. It would just cost them too much, more money than the owner wants to spend.
It's the ROI, Gary.
Yeah.
The ROI.
The what?
ROI.
What's the ROI?
Return on investment.
Oh, wow. These big words.
It was actually a small word for a bigger phrase. What else is good? What other NBA stuff?
Well, there was a lot of trades not trades. No, well, there's a few trades, but signings of free agents and things like that. The other interesting thing that I really heard that I want to talk about is that they were looking at the guy in Dallas, the German guy, Dirk Nowitzki, and they were talking about how, unnoticed by everybody, he has signed for way less all his career. And they said, as of this last contract extension where he was slated to get $25 million next year, and he voluntarily opted out and signed a 2-year contract for $10 million. And their contracts are guaranteed, like, they're not going to cut him. It doesn't save any money. They have to pay him anyway. So he just did that on his own. But they were saying, to this point in his career, he's made $251 million, which is third most in the history of the league before these signings, like in the last day or two. But as of last week, it was the third most anyone's ever made. But they said had he played for the max every year, which he could have, like anybody would have given it to him. He was a superstar all through his career. He would have made $450 million by now and would be the number one person on that list. So he's given up something like $200 million.
A lot of the guys, they want to win. You're still nothing without a championship.
Right. I mean, how many yachts can you water ski behind, Gary?
So, but I guess what I'm saying is that nobody, for 15 years, he's been doing that.
Didn't even notice.
And nobody started a campaign to smear him because he was making the other superstars look bad.
Well, he's like a lower key player or something. I don't know.
Well, and again, he's in Dallas, and he doesn't fight with the owner, doesn't make the news because they have a good relationship. So, I don't know.
All right, guys.
I have one question. Do you think Paul George will make a difference in OKC?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll get past the West Elite, but I think they're going to be good.
I thought of another basketball thing.
What's that?
Gary, the man who you wanted to win the MVP, that everyone said, "Oh, he's not going to win the MVP," won the MVP. But
it's the most remarkable basketball achievement in 50 years. I mean, it's amazing.
Would you explain what I'm talking about
to who?
To the listeners.
Okay. See, Brian.
No, stop it. No, is it Westbrook?
Yeah. Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook, and he won the MVP, but. All the I don't know who votes on the MVP, but all the sports writers were saying.
Well, not sports writers, the ESPN talking heads. Okay. Most of them thought somebody else should win.
And he averaged a triple-double.
First time since Oscar Robertson in the 1960s.
I think Harden's last playoff game performance solidified he was going to win that MVP.
Well, but of course the votes are tabulated at the end of the season.
Before then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They just wait forever to show
regular season?
Yeah, they announce it after. They don't want to trump the playoffs.
Well, if Will Maxwell's listening to this, I'd like to know who does vote for the NBA MVP.
I think it's sports writers.
It
I'm
is?
pretty sure that have.
Huh?
They get invited to.
I think David Stern just gets on the phone and tells them who's going to be the MVP.
Do you really?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you think Pete Rose will get into the NBA Hall of Fame before he gets into the Baseball Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Are you willing to bet money on that?
No.
He is.
All right, guys. Is there anything else we need to talk about before we totally switch gears and get into some serious Game of Thrones business? Gary, I want you to think about whatever it is you're thinking, whatever convoluted.
Do you remember those jokes where it was like?
Oh boy, you got to explain a kind of joke before you say it.
Yeah, it was like a book title by an author, and the author. It was like the author's name was a play on the book title, like I don't know, urinating in the jungle by I.P. Freely.
Right.
Okay. Those kind of things.
Yes.
I was just trying to work out in my head a way. There was something another by Willie Get to the Bathroom by Willie Make It and edited by Betty Want. And I was thinking, will Pete Rose get into the Willie Make It into the Hall of Fame Betty Want? But I couldn't figure out a way to do it, so I didn't say it.
And that's been the inner workings of Gary Hames' mind.
Inner working. All right, guys.
It's 100 independent voters. It's a team panel.
Okay, nice.
See, I did my job, and that's what I get.
Who has to pass jokes before Gary says them through his mouth? 100 independent writers in his mind.
That's why it takes so long sometimes.
They're convoluted. When your thing is convoluted puns, it takes a while. All right, we're calling Brent Blakeney.
Are we?
Yes, we are right now.
Brent!
Right now.
I think he's over by the bar.
Brent!
He might be.
Hello?
Is this Brent Blakeney?
This is him.
Brent,
this is Blair.
This is Blair Postman with My Fantasy Wife podcast. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Pretty good. So far, it's been great because you answered on like the first ring, which so rarely happens for us.
I was ready and waiting.
Well, let me tell you who else we got here in the Thunderdome. We've got my husband and sports stat expert, Gary Hames.
Hey, Brent.
Hi there.
How's it going?
And
Good. How are you?
I'm fabulous.
We've got comedian, pet nurse, and social media maven, Drew Harrison.
What's up, man?
Hey, Drew.
And then rounding things out, we have a comedian, sound engineer, and man about town, Mr. Louis Bishop.
Hi.
He is a man about town.
He is right? That's his official title here. But you know that because you listen to all the episodes. So, yes. Right. So, Brent, everyone out there, is a comedian.
Did you hear how guilty he sounded when he said yes to that?
I know he did. But we're just going to let it go.
All right.
Because that's for me. I like to make all our guests feel a little bit guilty.
Okay.
But Brent, ladies and gentlemen in the audience, I didn't do a full bio because I was so focused on some Game of Thrones stuff. But Brent has opened for all kinds of extremely famous people on the road.
All kinds.
He has won a bunch of comedy awards, and he recently recorded his first comedy album, which is called, what is it called, Brent?
It's called Clean Jokes for Dirty Minds.
Clean Jokes for Dirty Minds. John Reep, yes. He tours with John Reep.
Yes.
And he does anything else that we're missing that's kind of key? Oh, you're the co-host of the Joe and Brent Game of Thrones and Gas Station Wine Review podcast.
Exactly right.
Wow.
I'm exhausted.
You got that right on the first try.
No, I'd second try. I said it earlier in the episode, but not correctly.
You butchered it.
I did butcher it the first time. And so, anything else?
No, that sounds great. Those are some great credits.
You see, and it's not even written down. That's just what I've memorized about you. All right, guys, big round of applause for Brent Blakeney.
Yay. Walks to his car alone.
Walks to his car. Check. He's large, but he doesn't carry weapons.
Right.
Check.
Right.
Allergic to peanuts. Check.
Glass jaw. Check.
Check. All right, guys. So, Brent, as you may know, Joe, your partner, podcast partner, is last year he played in our fantasy league, but this year, because he was so knowledgeable and also a stickler for detail in a way that I am not.
In a way that nobody else is.
Right.
Well, and also he's super handsome.
Right. There's that. Well, look, now, in fairness, you haven't met Brent in person, I don't think, so let's not get
I'm pretty handsome.
Lightning doesn't strike twice.
But we have, he's going to be our Dragon Master. And the way we've done this is our first order of business. Instead of Dungeon Master.
He can be my Dragon Master.
I'm sure he can. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I was waiting for it.
Oh, boy. So, Brent and everybody else, last year and the year before, this is our third year of fantasy Game of Thrones, if you can believe
wow,
it.
okay.
Yeah. And what we've done in the past was we just did what we called awesome points. And we didn't have a judge. It was sort of a jury of your peers. And if everyone agreed, you would come up with things that your character did in the last episode and make your case. And then sort of the group would agree whether that deserved an awesome point. And it actually worked reasonably well. And this year, Joe is going to declare the awesome points that are argued before him, yay or nay. But also, it was suggested that we come up with a few automatic points for people. And I've got a couple, or actually I have 4, and then I didn't want to get too intense because I was looking at some fantasy league sites for Game of Thrones, and there's like X points for every time, your character kills anyone, and there's just no way we're keeping track of that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, I don't
Well, not to mention, there's some pretty cool characters that don't murder a lot of people.
Well, but there were other things, too, like sex with people. Like, you could have sex with any random person. I'm like, well, I can't keep track of that for Littlefinger or whatever. So
can't do it in our own lives. How are we going to do it with strangers?
Exactly my point.
Right.
Actually, those are all taped, but then maybe ours are... Okay, anyway, never mind. But here are the... Guys, let me know what you think, everybody here. The first one is if your character kills a known...
A gnome?
A known.
Okay.
Known or drafted character.
It looks like that one.
You automatically get a point.
Okay.
Okay. Doesn't have to be awesome. Could be just matter of fact. Another category, if you exit bonus for dying memorably, and there would be 2 points. So if your character dies, you at least get a couple of points on the way out if he or she does it, quote-unquote, memorably.
Right.
Right. Not just like off-screen dies of old age, which doesn't happen a lot on the show.
Yeah, that never happens.
Doesn't happen a lot.
That one did.
Wait,
the one that actually died in real life, that old guy that was like 90-something?
I don't even it wasn't memorable, was it? Because I don't even remember.
No, I'm saying he died. He didn't die. I was making your point of dying peacefully off-screen. Like they just kind of stopped using his character. They're like, oh, yeah, he died.
Oh.
So when
Wait,
for instance...
I'm not done. Okay.
For instance, when Bewitched... when Dick Sargent just became Dick York with no explanation, that's not memorable, right?
No points for that.
Okay.
In fairness, I don't think that character was claimed to have died in that show.
Right. So it wouldn't be a point in it.
But I understand what you're getting at. That would not be extra points.
Right.
Okay. The third,
whereas if your dogs ate you, that would be...
Sure.
Yeah.
Eating my dogs, absolutely.
All right.
2 points on the way out. Okay. The third thought I had, guys, was if you have sex with a known or drafted character for the first time. I'm not talking about Jaime and Cersei having sex again. It's new. It's a new thing. Like if Tyrion and Khaleesi have sex, that's at least a point, and then maybe you get.
What if he only gets to second base?
That's gonna. You might get an awesome point for that. You can argue
that
for an awesome
also doesn't happen a lot on that show.
No, it doesn't. But right, it's an all or nothing kind of show when it comes to that sort of thing. And then my last thought here is if your character is primarily responsible for winning a war or a major battle, 2 points.
Okay.
Do you have any other... Now, this is the kind of thing where I'm sure I will regret opening it up this wide. Oh, boy, I should have said that.
How many points does that get?
That's worth a couple of points. It's a couple of points. Are there...
It's a kind of all or nothing.
Yes.
Wide.
Yeah.
Yes.
We still
Hodor.
We still have
Get in here, little fingers.
Hodor.
We still have awesome points.
Okay, we still have awesome points.
We still have awesome
right.
points. They're awarded by... we make our argument. They're awarded by Joe.
Right.
But are there any other, what we'll call, automatic points?
Nah, as long as we still have awesome points, I'm good with that.
I had such a good point that was going to just irritate the shit out of you, and in my laughing at your ridiculous comment, I totally forgot what it was.
Haha, Jedi mind trick thing. Oh, boy. That must be making you crazy,
It's making
Gary.
me crazy, yep.
What about you, Brett? Any other extra points? I mean, what do you guys, what do you
No,
think?
I don't. I think those are pretty good as far as like standard points go. But yeah, as long as, not as long as, but if there are awesome points that we can argue, I think that'll really help bump the scores up.
Right.
Especially with I think how crazy this new season's going to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? You have, I mean, I don't want to have you give away all your secrets, but do you have anything in particular crazy that you're hoping happens?
I mean, not that I'm hoping happens, but I think with Khaleesi coming back to Westeros, you're gonna have a lot of sweet dragon action.
Right.
So there's a question. There's we don't have to address this now, but where the dragons are gonna wreck people. So like, does that count for?
I've been thinking about this because now it has wolves in here, But here's the thing: do you really want to have? If you guys wanted to have a dragon be a character, I think it has to be a specific dragon, and I can't tell them apart. But I know,
that's fair.
And the wolves, I mean.
You could tell who the wolves were.
I mean, we don't want to have all the dragons. They're probably going to have sex with somebody by the end of this season. And it would be new.
Oh, no.
What if they're captured by those guys from the north and they're tortured and killed and they make White Walker dragons?
Well, that's what Joe was.
I think that's going to happen.
Suggesting.
Oh my gosh!
Last time around. All right, now I have in front of me a list of many different. Characters from this show, but before we start with descriptions of them to help along, now Brent, I watched the show. Gary watched the show. Drew, are you caught up on the show?
Yeah, I'm caught up.
Lewis, however, takes a different approach. Lewis has never watched any episodes of the show. However, he did extremely well last season. So
he's that guy in the fantasy.
Yeah,
league.
he drafts by feel. More of it, like by
touch,
by name, that sort of thing. So
by taste.
That is
just
hilarious.
I want you to know what you're up against.
Okay.
Now
he drafts like a blind man reading the Bible in Braille.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot like that.
Right.
Now, how do we have not decided who's going to draft first?
I'll go first. It's
no.
okay.
And I was going to say we pull numbers out of a hat, and then someone's
is it going to be a
snake
snake style draft to where 5 goes first the next round?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that should be
yes.
the way?
Yeah, that's the only way.
Do you know what they're talking about, Brent? You know where
yes.
you... Okay.
Well, it's not fair
it's
to
like
have the same
1
person
through
do first.
5, then 5 through
yes,
1.
That's the only way to do it.
All right. Apparently that is... Oh, wait. And there's another part of this rules thing that I forgot to print out. So, with...
Blair wins automatically.
Yeah, but besides that, I win just by being here, guys.
No, that's the rest of us that win by being here with you.
Oh, thanks, hon. That was the nicest exchange Gary and I have ever had on the podcast, by the way. So,
yeah, it's a long way from that whole fucking salami thing, isn't it?
Oh, look, we'll talk about the salami in the car.
All right.
The...
Open wide.
Okay. I can't even describe what we're talking about to you, Brent.
Nope.
The so what we did last year, and we're going to refine it a little bit. If one of your players gets killed, we're each going to pick 5.
Okay.
If one of your players gets killed, you can draft a new one next week. As Joe pointed out, though, if you draft somebody else and that player comes back as a ghost and does something awesome, you don't get the points for it. So something to keep in mind is a real...
But you can keep him on your team thinking he's going to come back.
If you want to make that gamble and keep him on your team, that's up to you.
Okay.
If you want to swap someone out, you can do that each week. But the person who gets to choose their swap out or replacement each week first is whoever is doing least well in the standings at that time.
Right.
Okay, so
it's like waiver order.
Yes, that's the waiver order, if you will. So that's the other part. I forgot.
Do you want me to grab a number? Am I good to go?
I think you should let Gary grab a number first, since he technically won last year.
Oh yeah, okay.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. Joe gave it to you.
I'm the Drew of Dragon trivia. Yeah.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad you recognize that.
Okay.
Drew, just draw.
Bum, 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 bum.
Here, ladies 8th. Okay, and then we'll pick whatever is left. It will be Brent.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Sorry,
you're not here, dude. We can't
you're not here.
really let you draw.
Mr. Bishop.
Oh yeah. Oh,
He's prepping. He's looking through the selection options.
I'm the Mel Kiper Jr. of Game of Thrones.
What is that? Oh, that's the guy who watches all the tape. Guys, there's 5 roll-up things, and there's none left, so there should be one left.
I think one fell out.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Just whichever number we don't have will be.
What do you have, Drew?
I'm 5.
You're 5. What do you got, Gary?
3.
Hold on. I am 4.
I am number 2.
Oh, that means Brent is 1.
Oh, I'm number 1.
How did you do that?
You see how I could have lied and said I was number 1 and made him 2, but no.
No, you could
That
have.
is true. He's slipping.
He could have.
Lewis is slipping.
So let's say this. Let me get this again. This is Brent is 1. Who's 2, Lewis?
I'm number 2.
You say that again.
I'm number 2.
Gary.
What?
And then Blair. And then, I'm just keeping track here. And then Drew.
All right.
All right. And I'm going to try to find a way to keep track of this.
Let's do this.
All right. Brent, for the first pick of the 2017 My Fantasy Wife podcast,
Is there a list?
Game of Thrones draft.
Okay.
Who do you select as your first round pick?
I'm going to go with Gregor Clegane.
Really?
The Hound.
Are you serious? Okay.
The Hound. He's under the on my list. Hold on a second.
All right.
And interesting, Brent.
Interesting pick.
Why the Hound? Why the Hound?
The Philly fans are not happy.
The Philly fans are unhappy.
They aren't happy.
No, I'm ecstatic.
Coming off of...
Because bad shit happened to nice people, right?
Yes. And I think him coming back, and I think he is quite upset, and I think there is a very distinct possibility that he is going to meet up with some people, and they are going to do some very awful things to some people. So I think he's a good choice as far as getting some kill points.
All right. Now for your first pick of the first round of the My Fantasy Wife podcast, Game of Thrones Fantasy League 2017, Mr. Bishop, who you picking?
I'm going to take the big guy out of Oklahoma. I'm going to take the Mountain.
The Mountain.
That's who I'm taking. Number 1 pick.
And why are you taking the Mountain?
Performed very well last year for me. He's been performing well for years and years. He's been looked over over and over in everyone's draft board. I put number 2. Easily could have been a number 1, but this is just a tough draft this year.
It is a tough draft this year.
Nice hair, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, Gary
I
Hames.
look like a vampire.
Yes.
Gary Hames, who's going to be your first choice?
I'm like the mailman.
Oh, boy.
Neither rain, nor sleet, nor Jon Snow will keep me from my appointed round.
Oh, okay. Does that mean Jon Snow is your selection?
Yes, it
does. And why is Jon Snow your selection, Gary?
Well, they all look good in underwear. Everybody's 40 time is awesome, but I feel he has the intangibles.
Like what? Like Rising from the Dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I just figured they wouldn't have brought him back from the fucking dead to, just do nothing with him.
All right. Ooh, it's my turn.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
And with my first pick, I'm going to take Dragon Lady. I'm taking Khaleesi. I'm taking Khaleesi. She's busy. She's got a lot going on. She's got motherfucking dragons.
You love women.
I love women. And so I'm taking Dany Targaryen. Plus, she might have sex with Jon Snow, which would be good for,
That's true.
For
both of us.
Lots of awesome. It would be lots of awesome points there. All right, Drew.
Very interesting pick there.
Drew, is anybody? What did you find interesting about it?
Well, I just feel that right from the get-go, you just go in and you take a woman. I mean, it's
she's like the queen of everything and has dragons.
I understand, but what if the dragons don't perform this year the way they have every year?
Well, if the dragons do perform, they're going to get the points, not her.
No, but she might order them to do some shit or ride on a dragon, or she might be largely in charge of why they win a battle or a war. She's going to war. And a lot of shit can happen when you're in charge of an army.
If she ends up at home cooking and cleaning and doesn't have time to do anything,
you're
going to regret that choice.
Okay. Yes. Well, this is the only Game of Thrones draft in the world in which Khaleesi is a controversial first-round pick. But okay, go ahead, Drew.
I'm just saying she's a bit over the hill. Go ahead.
Oh, fuck you!
Wow.
Sorry.
The Philly fans are
That's right.
Okay.
The Philly fans love it when I say fuck you. Go ahead.
I'm going to go with Arya Stark.
Arya Stark? She's a woman.
She's got a list. I think she's going to carry it out.
Yeah, I think she is. And she can be different people now, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Very smart pick, Drew.
That's a very solid. Very solid.
Oh, I see. It's not about picking a woman. It's more of a woman picks a woman.
Well,
I get it. Okay. I get it. All right, now going back, Drew, you get to pick again, second round.
All right, second round. I think he's still got some kills left in him. I'm going Jaime Lannister.
Lannister. And so does anybody have a feeling about his arc now that he is, I think one of the last scenes of the last episode was him, looking at his sister and oh, no, you are terrible.
No, I think he's going to end up doing something big.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not have sex with his
killing
sister.
her, maybe.
Maybe. What do you think, Brent?
I think Jaime is a really solid pick for killing a known character.
Yeah.
But now, I'm not saying it's definitely going to be Cersei, but I agree with you. That that was one of my favorite moments from last season, was that last scene where he just stared at her we're messing up right now.
She did something bad last year. I can't remember. What did she do?
She blew up everybody.
Oh, she killed everybody.
I
forgot.
Everybody?
That's right. Destroyed the city. Yeah.
All right. Oh, it's my turn.
Nope, it's my turn again. Oh, never mind.
You took Jaime Lannister.
Yeah, it's my turn again. Let me get another pick. I'm just going to pick my whole team, and then you guys go.
This is the kind of shit we have to put up with all the time, Brent.
You know why? It's because he's a man.
Yeah.
If he was a woman, this shit wouldn't happen.
Oh, my God. All right, you know what? Just for that, my second pick, Cersei Lannister.
Do you see the way I manipulated her into taking Cersei so my character would still be left?
She's going to die very notably.
Well, she'll die notably. I'll get those points, and then, I'll pick somebody else. I think.
Yeah, but you say she's going to die memorably. You look at what she did. I mean, she killed so many known characters.
How many points do you think she got in that last episode?
Yeah. One episode alone.
I think she blew her load, though.
I think she's
so
done.
To speak.
I think she's done. Not done killing people, specific people. I also feel like, in a way, more so than Jon Snow and Khaleesi are. Cersei is definitely on the opposing side, so. I feel like if Khaleesi wins, then Cersei probably lost something or the reverse. So I'm kind of hedging my bets that way.
That's why.
Okay.
I got you.
Yeah. All right, Gary Hames, who's your next pick?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Anybody pick Peter Dinklage yet?
That's not his name. You got to use his real name in order to draft him.
Yeah.
No, you don't. No.
Nobody's picked him yet.
That's what I want.
God damn it! I didn't pick him because
I manipulated you by pushing you about the female thing and it taking seriously.
No, I thought about it, and his name is Tyrion. Yes,
Tyrion.
I very specifically didn't pick Tyrion, even though I love him, because I couldn't have Khaleesi and Tyrion on the same side.
Let me ask you something.
On the same team,
because who else in the cast of Game of Thrones has been in an X-Men movie?
I don't know. Maybe
nobody.
It's
hard
Sansa.
Sansa. Well, besides her.
And with that, maybe Louis Bishop. Who do you pick?
Well, I'm gonna pick a guy that had a little bit of trouble at the beginning of his collegiate career.
Yeah.
He was first caught by the Children of the Forest, but I feel like he's really turning it around now. I'm going to take the Night King. I'm going with the Night King, pick number 2.
The Night King.
Damn.
Wait, isn't that the White Walker King?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
shit.
a great choice.
I feel like he's not going to be in every episode, but like when he's around, some shit will probably happen.
Right. Yeah. Well, he's had a lot of injury throughout his career, but when he's in there,
right. When he's healthy, he can drive the lane.
Right.
Is he ever not healthy?
Fine.
All right.
Bishop's gonna win this again, man.
All right.
Again, I want it.
He won it.
You're not my victor.
Just Bower.
I'm not his victor.
Well, all right.
Frankenstein or...
Yeah, I guess not. Who would actually do well in this draft?
Yes,
the Frankenstein's monster. All right, speaking of Frankenstein's monster, go ahead, Brent. You've got this pick.
Oh, you're hilarious.
Dude, I don't know if you know this, but she's actually a comedian.
You've never met Brent. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Brent. I'm sorry. I don't know where Frankenstein's
She chopped
monster
you down, then defended you to Gary.
Were you getting ready to say he's no Jack Kennedy?
No.
Okay.
No,
That's what it sounded. You sounded like what's his face from Texas there for a second.
No, I wasn't going to say that.
You've never met Brent. He's no Jack. You're no Jack Kennedy.
Brent Blakely is a friend of mine.
Right.
You're no Brent Blakely.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead, Brent.
Yes. Oh man, I know who I want to pick, and I cannot remember her first name.
You want to describe her?
So you want to pass? You can come back later.
I want Theon's sister.
Oh, yeah.
The one with the ships.
Yara.
Yara.
The one with the ships.
Is that a Y?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yara.
The one who's the ship captain?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think she's going to be very instrumental in
Yara Greyjoy. All right.
In some battles.
And that's the thing. Like, they could take over this whole place. Like, we don't really know. I mean, there's so many side families that have been a little laying low that could come back and steal the whole thing. So that's going to make it interesting. Well, you get to pick again, Brent.
Oh, I do. Okay. Excellent. Then I'm going to take. Oh, I just had it. I'm going to take Bronn.
Bronn.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Good choice.
Thank you.
Bronn, not Bran. But
not Bran.
Bronn. Okay.
Bronn, the mercenary.
Bronn was originally a sellsword for Tyrion Lannister.
Yes, he was.
But following the Battle of Blackwater, was made a knight.
Yep.
He's going to get some kills for sure.
Yeah.
Sort of James.
And maybe have some sex with some known characters.
He could.
Him and what's her name are going to get together at some point, I think.
Yeah. Brienne of Tarth?
No, that's the Wildlings girl. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, gotcha. That guy. All right, Lewis, you're next.
I have a question. Being that Gary took Jon Snow,
does
that mean that the ghost is out of it?
Yeah, the ghost is out.
Okay, I'm just saying. All right, I just wanted.
No, it's on there. It's on here. It's on.
Where
are
we right now?
All right.
This is going to be Lewis's third pick.
And he was second, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just went and no one's gone since me?
No,
Brent made his two.
No, Lewis.
And then Brent.
Yeah, Gary. Brent, we passed you.
Yeah, we're good, Gary.
We're good. You're confused.
No, but if Lewis is second and I'm third,
we're going backwards.
I see. So then he's going to pick, and then I pick.
He picked the White Walker. Yes.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
Swoosh. Tensions are running high. Go ahead, Lewis. Who you got?
I'm going to get it here real quick. I'm going to go with Grey Worm. I'm going to go with
Grey Worm. All right. And what made you? I know you like the evocative names.
Yes, very sexy, very West Coast. I feel like
he is very sexy in West Coast. Actually, the elected leader of the Unsullied, Grey Worm, is one of Daenerys' most loyal soldiers and one of her main advisors. All right, Grey Worm for Mr. Bishop's team. All right, Gary, you seem a little anxious. Seems like you got something up your sleeve.
I seem a little anxious.
Yeah, like anxious to pick.
Okay, well, I like to introduce my pick with a small song that I've written.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
A child
This is like how the NFL draft is turning into like a variety show.
With the third pick in this draft, I would like representing the 5-time world champion Dallas Cowboys, Hall of Fame owner Jerry Jones, and all the players from past, present, and future. I would like to choose. Has anybody picked the youngest Stark kid, the one with the visions?
No.
That's who I like to take.
What's his name again? Oh, shoot.
Bran,
which is the one I said, which is not Braun, but
right,
it's Bran.
Right.
Bran Stark. All right. Oh, it's my choice. It's so hard to choose.
I feel like his ability to time travel might come in play.
You think that might be... Like, can I pick Ned Stark? I mean, I could.
Well, he had a role last year.
All right. You know what?
Did he not?
He did. That's what I'm saying.
Didn't he fight the best swordsman in all the land and cheat and beat him?
Are you taking Ned Stark?
You can do that shit. I'm not taking Ned Stark. But,
well, we have seen I saw his head in a basket, so that would seem to...
Right, but not on this show. That's the great thing.
True.
All right, guys. I couldn't have Tyrion, but I can have Varys. I'm going to take Varys. I figure a lot of the funny lines from Tyrion are going to involve... The bald guy, who seems to have a cell phone, as we said last week.
The eunuch?
Yes, the eunuch. I'm taking Varys.
Okay.
I think
All right.
there's a lot going on there. He's not going to be having any sex points, but other than that, I think he's got a lot going on. All right, Mr.
He could.
I guess he could. All right, Mr. Bishop.
No, wait.
Wait. Oh, Drew.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm going to take Ilaria.
Ilaria.
The chick from Dorne that killed her father and took over.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to have a bigger role next year.
How do you spell that?
E-L-L-A-R-I-A.
E-L-L.
A-R-I-A.
Oh, wait, she's probably in here under E, and I thought I was looking at A.
She's got the 3 chicks with her.
Oh, yes. Oh,
yes.
Ilaria.
Hell yeah.
Ilaria was the paramour of Prince Oberyn Martell, and following his death, continued to stay in Prince Dorne's court. She is the bastard daughter of a House Uller. Yeah. Okay.
She's badass.
All right.
It's a really mediocre pick.
And then you got a second one.
And then I'm going to take Tormund Giantsbane.
Oh, is that the big...
The wildling leader.
Yep.
Oh, that's what's her name's like would-be suitor, right?
Yes.
All right. And why are you picking... Why are you going for that with your last pick?
I think he's going to be John's... I got one more pick.
No, you don't.
No, you just did two back.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you do have another pick.
Take it easy.
Sorry.
Take it easy over there.
Taurus of Mir.
No, I think he's going to be John's right-hand man. And I think he's going to do work.
All right. All right, it is my turn.
I'm going for the blue-collar guys, okay? I'm not going for the
Gotcha.
the flashy...
The workhorses.
Boy, gosh. I gotta pick some people that I don't know as much about.
Pick them. Don't talk about it. Do it.
No, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about how I don't know. I can't
talk about things.
I can't have two eunuchs. That's weird, right?
We could.
Why not?
No, why not?
I don't know.
Now that dude's gonna play a part. It's an excellent pick.
I'm gonna take Davos Seaworth.
Okay.
He was a smuggler before he was knighted, and he's the one who didn't want all the children and stuff to be killed by the Red Witch, right?
Right.
So, and he's busy.
What's his allegiance right now?
By the way, I didn't hear anything you said. I just said right.
Yeah, well, that's the way I like it.
Who's he with now? Because this king died.
I know, exactly. Who is he with?
Okay.
I don't know.
Good pick then.
Got to pick someone.
Yep.
I think he's multifaceted and he evens out a team.
Okay.
He can play a lot of different positions.
Sure.
All right. He's what do you call that? He's a utility player.
Hey,
who's
all right, so
doing a podcast
you take Clemson football coach Dabo Swinney. This time I'm going to introduce my character with a song.
Oh Jesus!
So because I didn't take him last time.
Okay.
Child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go to. You grow up in the ghetto, living second rate. Eyes will sing a song of deep hate. Places you play and where you stay looks like one great big alleyway. You'll admire all the number book takers, the pimps, the pushers, and the big money makers. Yeah. Blair's looking at me like that's enough. Is that enough?
It's about.
Anybody take Littlefinger yet?
Yeah,
no.
That's what I want.
Peter Baelish, Littlefinger. Peter Baelish. All right.
Little finger, he's the man with the Midas touch.
But you don't feel much.
A spider's touch.
Because it's little.
Such a cold finger.
Okay. It's going to be over to you, Lewis.
I'm going to go with a third-generation player. Third generation. First generation, his father, Donald. Second generation, his older brother, Danny. I'm going to go with the Glover boy. That's who I'm going with. Is it Rebbit Glover? Or is it Robert? Or what? I don't know how you say that first name.
I have no idea.
I'm going with the Game of Thrones draft. Sorry.
Oh, I thought we were doing the Lethal Weapon draft.
Right, no, sorry.
Oh.
That's a Tuesday.
Robert Glover.
Yeah, right here. Robert. There you go.
He is the Lord of Deepwood Mott.
Sure he
and
is.
head of House Glover. He is portrayed by Tim McInerney and first appears in The Broken Man.
I see. When you get the trophy for this, May, just go ahead and put Lewis's name on it.
Right. Wow. Okay. That one was news to me. And, all right.
Hot tip from Maddie Springer.
What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was your hot tip from Maddie Springer. All right, Brent.
All right, I'm gonna take a player that's been in the league a while.
Yeah.
He is currently he's on injured reserve, but I believe in him. I think he's still got a lot of fire left in him. I'm gonna go with Sir Jorah Mormont.
Okay, yeah.
Damn it.
Thought about him.
Is he gonna be a stone guy too?
How many points do you get if your character just turns into a lizard?
I think that's an awesome point decision.
I think that I'm banking on some awesome points.
He's banking on some awesome points on that one.
Okay.
And what is it that you mostly like about his chances? Just because he's kind of like Energizer Bunny, keeps coming back?
I think he is, and I think he's so dedicated to Khaleesi that he's not going to let anything get in his way. And if he does, I think he's going to have a memorable death. So
not even turning to stone is going to get in his way of helping Khaleesi. I think you might be right.
Not even that.
All right, and then,
I don't think he's turning to stone. Like those creatures that attacked him weren't stone; they were
lizardy.
Yeah,
lizardish.
I think it's just like a hard,
maybe he'll become
husky shell.
Maybe he'll become one of her dragons.
Hey,
that would be a twist.
Yeah.
All right, Brent, you got one more.
I got my last pick.
Your last pick.
Right. I'm gonna keep this train going with an old character who's been through a lot, but I think he's got some left. I'm gonna go with Beric Dondarrion.
I do not know who that is off the top of my head.
Was he the announcer from Price is Right?
Beric, well, I'll tell you, Lord Beric Dondarrion is the Lord of Blackhaven and the head of House Dondarrion. He initially sent out Eddard Stark to lead a party of men to apprehend Sir Gregor Clegane for atrocities and other stuff.
Blair Postman, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
We have a technical issue here for a second, Brent. Just hang on.
Okay.
Just hang on. We're hanging on. What is going on? He's got to go. I'm guessing he's got to let somebody in.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Those are his picks.
Who I have circled.
If he gets them. Anyway, wow. There's so much going on. I can't even describe.
I just put my foot in the trash can.
House Dondarrion initially sent out Eddard Stark to lead a party of men to apprehend Sir Gregor Clegane for atrocities committed against the people of the Riverlands. He and his men then rallied deserters from different armies in the war, as well as commoners trying to defend their homes to form a guerrilla resistance group known as the Brotherhood Without Banners.
Without banners.
Wow. It's like Doctors Without Borders, but
who took that?
More murder.
Here's the other part,
Brent.
and here's why this guy is a good bet. He is a follower of the Red Faith. He has been killed a couple times and brought back to life.
Oh, shit. All right. You see, you're in deep. You're in very deep with this. Have you read the books or anything?
I've read the first 4 books, mostly out of spite.
That's a good reason. It's a good reason to read them.
Mostly just to annoy other people.
They're really thick books, and
Yeah.
I wasn't going to be beaten by a book.
Right.
Well, I've been not unless it's in the hands of a very strong man.
Right.
Yes.
I've been beaten by books my whole life.
No book's going to beat me.
I used to read Penthouse Forum out of spite, but
I feel like that was different.
yeah, right.
That was a different thing.
Okay.
All right. Lewis had to take a sabbatical, but Gary, can you tell us what his next pick was?
He said the ones that were circled, so I'm guessing
Yes, we're going to take... he wants Qyburn. Qyburn?
He's the one that turned the mountain into the gentleman that we know today.
Okay.
Explain.
Why would he want that one?
He just did. He picks on...
I don't know. Did he... Is he alive? He didn't get blown up in that hole?
No. Well, we don't know, I guess. But he now serves Cersei.
He's alive. He's the one who orchestrated killing the old Maester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he might have some death points in him.
Might have some death points. I think he might be kind of instrumental in winning some stuff.
Well, here's my question. This actually brings up a serious question.
Oh, really?
If you could turn the mountain into what he is, why wouldn't you turn 1,000 other guys into the same thing?
That was like his practice run.
Like, you know how to do that. Yeah. Why don't you do it to everybody and have an army of them?
Who knows? He might be.
That's what I would like to know.
That's why Cersei's got that shit-eating grin on her face all the time.
Maybe.
All right. All right, who we got next? Gary Haynes, your last pick.
I have a question for you.
What's that?
Has anybody taken the big lesbian yet?
You mean the Brienne?
Well, yeah, but that's more like a service thing. I don't think that's love.
No. She's in love with Jaime.
Whatever. I want her.
Okay. She was on my short list for the last pick, so... And why are you picking her? I think she's a utility player. I think she gets involved with all kinds of different killings.
Well, I'm picking her because she's a woman, and women are just better.
Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. You know what? This isn't my favorite character that I'm going to pick in my last pick. It's not the character that I want to hang out with. But I think this character is going to just be involved in a lot of stuff with a family that I don't really have a lot of representation in yet with my draft, and so I am picking Sansa Stark.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you that.
Sansa Stark. All right, Drew. Drew has like a whole crib sheet and all this stuff. He's keeping track. He's never put this much work into anything we've ever done on this show.
No.
Not even
anything else.
Not anything
else in his life.
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to go with a sleeper pick.
Okay.
Just because the internet is a buzz about her.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Lyanna Mormont.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
The daughter that was killed?
No, the 10-year-old king.
Oh, yeah. No, I love her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a queen.
But again, not present in most episodes, but when she's around,
she makes an impact. She makes an impact. And so this is...
That's a good pick.
I'll read off what we have for everybody. Brent, you have the Hound... Yara Greyjoy, Bronn, Ser Jorah Mormont, and Beric Dondarrion.
That's a solid team.
I give it a 6.
Oh, I'll give it 1 to 10. Don't
pretty
worry.
Good. I don't give out.
That's high for anyone but himself when he scores these things. Lewis has the Mountain, the Night King, Grey Worm, Robert Glover, and Qyburn. What do you give?
That's solid.
4.
The first 3 are solid.
4.
The 4.
Yeah.
I give it a 4.
He's going to get a lot of kill points with those first 3 players, I think.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. And Gary, yours are Jon Snow, Tyrion, Bran Stark, Peter Baelish, Brienne of Tarth. What do you give yourself, Gary?
8.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Kind of how this goes here, Brent. You'll come to learn, Brent. And then I've got Khaleesi, Cersei, Varys, Davos, and Sansa Stark.
1 point for each man. No, I'm just kidding. I'll give you... say that again?
Khaleesi, Cersei, Varys, Davos, and Sansa Stark.
I can't believe you actually said it again when I said that. I'll give you a 6.5.
You're such an idiot. Okay.
Am I?
Yes. You're so blinded by your own
That's
greed.
higher than I thought he was going to give you.
Yeah.
I gotta live with her.
Right. I think it's like a 7.5. Drew, you've got...
In base 6?
Arya... Okay. You and ridiculous amount of it.
Where's my Rubik's Cube?
Arya Stark, Jaime Lannister, Ilaria, Thoreau of Myr, Thoreau...
Huh?
And
Tormund?
Toro.
Did you say Henry David Thoreau? Is that what you said?
Tormund Giantsbane, the wildling guy.
Okay, Tormund. I thought you said something else. Tormund and Lyanna Mormont.
Can't believe you took Thoreau. You haven't seen a dragon desecrate until they burn Walden Pond.
What are you talking about?
I get it.
All right. Okay.
I know what Walden Pond is.
Yeah. And you said something about Thoreau.
What was
my grade, Gary? What did you give me?
I don't remember. I'm sure it was...
He was thinking about puns.
That was your team right there?
Arya Stark.
I gave you a 7.
Oh, okay, nice.
You're out of your fucking mind, but okay.
That's a solid team, Blake.
It's a solid team, but it's not better than my team.
I beg
All
to
right,
differ.
well, you know what? We don't have to
You know whose team is
decide.
better than your team?
You think your team?
Yes, I do.
You always do.
I won last year, so clearly I know what I'm talking
Look,
about.
this is really all about the fact that Gary thinks he's smarter than I am, but we don't have time to talk about that right now.
Not just you.
All right, so any big wild, yeah, right. Any big wild predictions before we finish up here? Any big crazy predictions anyone has?
My crazy prediction is everyone dies.
Okay.
I predict Joe Perot gets modern contract.
Gets a modeling contract?
It's a modeling contract.
Yeah.
I think this is not crazy, but I think I think Danny and Jon Snow somehow become allies. Like for real.
They're family.
Okay, but all right. Well, that's nice. Brent, do you have any things coming up comedy wise that you'd like to talk about real quick before we let you go?
Oh, the next round of Carolina's Funniest is that's going to be the 27th of July. Are we in July? We're in July.
Are you on the 7:30 or the 10 o'clock show?
I'm on the 10 o'clock.
Good. I'm on the 7:30.
Okay. All right, man. Well, we'll be in touch. Thank you so
Sounds
much.
great.
Had a lot of
Thank
fun.
you.
We'll talk to you very soon.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap us up. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks a lot. I just figured you could fix that end in post. All right. Sorry, Mr. Bishop.
You missed the funny part.
What?
You missed the funny part. That got funny there at the end.